I'm sorry for forgetting who you will be. Too often I don't see past tomorrow. I only think about the moment, and I dwell about the past, and too often I'm too close-minded and forget that someday you will become somebody else. You have the potential to become a whole lot more than who you were and who you are. And I should not take that from you, and I should not say that you are something else, because you are not whatever that I think you are. Especially if you are a girl, I shouldn't think that I can have you, that I can own you like you're some kind of slave. I should not lust after you. You may be somebody's wife in the future. You may be somebody's girlfriend someday. And I need to remember that. It's very important, but too often I forget. And if you're a man, someday you may be a leader, a father, a president. There's all these things that can happen in the future, and the future is on another side of a mountain. And here we are in this journey, in this adventure, like in Lord of the Rings, like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, where we boldly go where no man has gone before, back to the future. And where's my flying saucer and my flying skateboard? That's what I like to say sometimes, but we forget. And I want to say that I'm sorry. I apologize when I don't see people for their potential, for what they can become, for who they are too. Oh man, I need to have more perspective, a better paradigm, a better mindset, a better point of view. But too often my mind is clouded. I can't see past the mountains. I can't see past the fog, the frogs, all the different things that may happen in life. I get too close-minded and too stuck in the past. I dwell in the past. I just want to rap, and I want to turn this into a country song and become totally depressed like the blues, and I do that because I'm human and I don't know everything and I'm limited, and that's too bad. But hey man, we gotta realize the life is a whole lot better than we can ever imagine. We gotta have that perspective. We gotta have that attitude. We gotta be more open-minded to what life can be, and not just what we have and where we are. Like, we can't just stay there. We gotta get up and go somewhere. Otherwise we won't go anywhere, and we become just like mice on wheels. We're like the mice of men, and we do things that we shouldn't do, like that big man in the mice of men. And it's terrible. So I want to say I'm sorry. This is what I was thinking about in a sermon at the well today. It was really interesting, and even though it was mostly about Jonah running away from Nineveh, he was supposed to go there, and he had a message to share. And it's very important that when we're called to do something, we should do it. And we shouldn't just think about the past, and that's what we do most of the time. We think about all the bad things that happened in the past. If you done me wrong, I want to do you wrong. I want to seek revenge. I'm like that Liam Neeson man in Taken. And Tekken. Man, I want to fight like Tekken. I want to kill you like Taken. I want to take you. Oh, it's already been brought in. Like some kind of dance movie. Like, I just want to... You know what I'm trying to say? If you get confused, it's okay. But it's not okay to forget who we are and who we can become. Like, too often we just think about that. We just think about what we have, and we don't really do what we ought to do. And we also think about the things we don't have in a bad kind of way, and we complain, and we're like, oh man, I don't have this, or I'm not that person. And for me, like, I forget who people are. I mean, it's easy to know who we are and who other people are to some extent, but we don't totally know, because who we are is not just who we were, but also who we are going to be. And that's very important to remember, that someday I may be a leader, or famous, or something, or not, you don't know, maybe I don't become anything. And I need to be okay with that, I need to be content with that, but at the same time, I shouldn't translate that to other people. I shouldn't apply that to other people and be like, oh yeah, I'm a loser, so therefore you're a loser too. But that's usually what we do. Like, when we're younger, if we were bullied, then we're more likely going to bully other people. We're going to pick on other people. And you know what they say? You know they say, pick on somebody your own side. Or how about, don't pick on anybody at all, man. Stop it. Stop doing those things that you do all the time. It's like punching people up and hitting people up, and let's knock down a 7-Eleven, said Marcia in the new parody of the Brady Bunch. My head is spinning. You know, it's like the Exorcist all over again. Jan, Jan, Jan. We get angry. We have the civil, what do you call it? The sibling, civil, I was going to say civil war, but I mean like the sibling rivalries. And rivalries between like the beavers and the ducks in Oregon of America. You know, there's a lot of rivalries, like Vietnam and China, like different countries between other countries, man. But we should have more peace and some more forgiveness, and that's what we gotta do. And we know that. That's what our Creator and Savior says. You know that deep inside there is potential. Deep inside your soul, you know that there's hope. Otherwise, the hope wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be aware of something that doesn't exist. Not completely. I know you said like, oh, I'm aware of Santa Claus and Santa Claus doesn't exist. Even though he's like based on a true story, Saint Nicholas. But never mind that. Like, you know, like you could say things like that. Like, oh, well, I believe in, you know, I'm aware. I believe in the Easter Bunny. Or I'm aware of the Easter Bunny. Or the Bigfoot. Or all these different things that may or may not exist, or may kind of be like a legend or a myth and be based on a true story to some extent or something like that. And you may have that argument, and you may want to say that if you want. You want to say something like, well, I'm aware of something else, and that doesn't mean that that exists, like the boogeyman exists or something. But you know, it's like, who says the boogeyman doesn't exist? Like, it's like, what do you call it? Like, there are monsters out there. There's like different kind of monsters, demons and angels and all these different things that are like unexplainable. And you can deny it and say, well, only science can be proved and verified and all those good things like that, and everything else has to be thrown out the window. The bathwater and the baby and the everything but the kitchen sink. Like, we used to just like forget about religion and all those other things, but we can't totally do that because science doesn't really help us with everything. There's still holes, and you know that religion and science work together, and everything works together for those who love the Creator and the Savior, love Him. And we gotta have that perspective, and we gotta see people for who they're going to become. We gotta forgive people and give people second chances more often. And more often than not, we don't, and we get so stuck in our ways, and we never develop enough, and we go through that cycle, that habit, that lifestyle, that kind of thing that gets us nowhere, and gets us nowhere fast. And it's just too bad that we can't look past our failures and our own what do you call it, arrogance and ignorance and all those bad things like that. We got it printed all over our faces and our bodies, our souls. We're caught in the act. We're caught red-handed. We know that we're guilty, and yet we still deny how we treat other people. We have this kind of bias. We're a little sexist. We kind of have a stereotype, where we have these judgments and assumptions that we place on ourselves and on other people. and it restrains us and restricts us and deforms us. And yet, there is a way out, and there is hope. If there wasn't hope, then there'd be no Barack Obama. There would be no awareness of it. There would be no awareness of hope if there was no hope. You know that hope is there, and you know that things can get better, and things are always getting better, all the time. And we have the opportunity to explore it and to be part of his story. The history is developing from the dawn of time, from the dawn of the apes, from the dawn of life. And it's going on, and it's going to go on, with or without you. And you have the opportunity to be a part of it, or you can sit back and relax and let it go by. You can let the bus go, you can let the wagon continue, and you can not be a part of it, but it's up to you. If you want to join, come join us and be part of history. History thrives off the people who believe in the hope that is always there, because it's outside of time. It's always there. And hope is one thing that is so innovating that it changes the people around you, it changes everything around you. And we know that. We know that, but we deny it so often. One of the things that helps with the hope, with the development of the world and society, is our perspective, our attitude, especially towards other people. For me, I say I'm sorry and I apologize to the men and to the women, because all I can see is who they were and who they are, and I forget who they can be, who they will be. And that is not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. You know, it's not good. And yet we do it all the time. I do it. I lack the grace. I lack the mercy. I forget it. It's like leaving the brain at the door. Leave my heart too. I'm a zombie in The Walking Dead, and I leave it. I lack the power of the Power Rangers and the force of Star Wars. And I forget to be awakened. And it destroys me every time I lack the faith in me, in the world, in my Creator, and especially in the people around me. Because we can't do it on our own. We need the help, the collaboration of people around us. It's very important to work together. But you can't work together if you don't have faith in people, if you don't trust in the people around you. Like, people have potential. People can become wonderful people. But if we don't give people the opportunity to grow and to excel, then they may not. They may never, ever get the opportunity from other people. They get to excel when people give them opportunities to excel and to expand, to develop as people. But it takes those kind of people that have the faith and the hope in them. And you may say, well, only some people can do it if they have the right relationship with them, if they're like family or really close friends, or maybe people that you work with, or maybe in your neighborhood or something like that. And if you don't have the connection or relationship, then maybe you can't do that. But that's not totally true. To some extent, that's true. And that helps, you know. But, come on. We're all people, and we all hurt. We got two eyes, we got one heart. I mean, at least most of us has one heart, unless if you're stuck to somebody else's body. But other than that, it's like, hey, we have a lot of similarities all around the world. And we can work together. We can be a part of this story. So you can be a part of the story. If you want to come and join, you can. But if you want to come, remember how you treat people and how you see people. Don't see people for who they were. See people for who they could become. That's more important. Look at their potential, their gifts, their talents, and help them develop it. Yes, they need to suffer consequences sometimes. If you do something bad, you need to pay the piper, pay the price to some extent, but then you got to give people second chances and give them some hope and give them some forgiveness and mercy and grace and love and agape. You got to be passionate about it. You got to be firm. You got to build your rock on the principles that never change. That never alters, never goes away. Like, it's very important to be part of the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang. Kind of like Phil Jackson, the coach. I mean, he was the leader, the coach of the basketball team, the Los Angeles Lakers with Kobe Bryant. Basketball is great. You gotta like learn some lessons from the game of basketball. You gotta follow through. You gotta follow through in everything that you do in your life, and it starts with you and how you live your life and how you see people. If you see people as failures, then that's all they are to you, and they're never really gonna get better. Even when they do get better, you're not really gonna give them the hope or the chance, the time. You're not really gonna be aware of the opportunities around you if your eyes are not open. You can't see. You can't find what you need in life if you're not looking for what you need in your life. That's right. So come on and do it. You know you can. Okay, I'm Joey Arnold. Thank you for watching. Right now it is the 18th of January 2015. This is in my room. It's on Pham Lu Lao. It's next to the Highland Coffee shop. Pham Lu Lao Street. That's in the backpacking area in District 1 of Saigon. That's Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. That's Southeast Asia. I'm Joey Arnold, American English teacher. I'm from America. Came to Vietnam in 2012. So I've been in Vietnam for more than 2 years, and I'm still here. And I live here in District 1 of Saigon. Thank you for watching. Think about perspective. Remember to see people for who they can become. It's very important to see people for who they can become. Thank you so much. Please take care. Have a good day. Goodbye.